Hi guys, welcome back to Caoimhin Creates and welcome to today's video, which is actually an art one for the first time on this channel. I didn't end up recording the beginning of this yesterday because I kind of got this like random urge to make this project that I'm about to show you, and instead of waiting until like the very end and then trying to like explain to you what I did, I'm just going to start kind of piecemealing it as we go. So I have decided that I want to make bookends with these, like obviously out of resin, and I decided that I wanted to put anglerfish in them. So basically what I want it to look like, and we already know with art it never ever turns out the way that you want it to, but basically I want to have like a dark background there, kind of dark along that side, maybe dark along the bottom, so that basically this is like the only open space that you can kind of see in, and then I want to have the glow in the dark angler just kind of like just chilling in there. So I want it to be like dark and sparkly and kind of moody and fun. I've explained before my love of anglerfish. It's not rational. they're just so fucking cool. And I like anything that glows in the dark. I just think that's very nifty. So again, I have like a glow in the dark hanging mobile in my room. I just thought that these bookends would be kind of fun and they kind of go with my theme. So I made two little anglers out of female clay. I'll bring it right up so you can see. I have started painting them already too. Again, I'm so bad at actually like, I just didn't bother to record from the hop because I wasn't even sure what I was going to do yesterday. I just got the urge to make something. It's almost this like pressure relief valve for me. I just need to create, and it's always like bespoke items because I never have a plan. I just kind of make whatever I feel like. So yesterday I felt like making little itsy bitsy teensy weensy anglerfish. I think you can kind of see in his mouth there. I've got like teeth, which I'll show you in a second. But yeah, this is like glow-in-the-dark clay. I just use white clay and I'm painting it black for the base right now. So I will finish doing that with you guys on here and I'll explain a little bit more as I go. But they don't look the same because nothing in nature really does. Like, I don't think you're gonna find two anglerfish that are identical. And I also don't really care. So I've missed some spots with my painting here. You'll see. But yeah, we are gonna finish painting the base, which is gonna be black. I'm gonna add the outside color. I made some little teeth for them out of female that will end up gluing in. And then I made these, so out of this like glow-in-the-dark clay, I thought it would be kind of cool to have these little like glow-in-the-dark swirlies kind of coming off around them. Again, you'll see, I'll plug in a picture here of like the hanging mobile that I have, and it's got these like filaments, so it's basically got like wire with glow-in-the-dark beads on it, which I think looks really cool, and it's just like sitting and hanging. So I thought that I would do something similar with these like little squigglies. So anyway, I made a bunch of those. I made they're hard to pick up because they're so little. Jeebus H. Anyway, I just made a couple of teensy weensy little itsy bitsy glow-in-the-dark beads that I'm gonna glue on the fins, the like rear fin of the anglerfish when they are all painted and ready to rock. Also, don't mind my nails. They are taking a beating today. And my finger. I decided that I wanted to, again, I get the urge to like do this random shit. I decided I needed to make a mushroom and spinach lasagna, so I had to like boogie to the grocery store, get all the things. So many dishes. So that destroys my nail polish to begin with. Then also when the sauce was simmering, it spat at me and it literally burned my fucking hand and my fingers. So anyway, we're a little worse for the wear today. But anyway, chatty. This is probably why we don't need to record these from the very beginning. So I will kind of take you through my process. I don't know if I'm going to record during the resin because it's going to be some basic pours. Like I'm literally just going to be mixing up a very small amount of resin with some black, maybe some like midnight blue, and then sparkles. I just want sparkly background, and I'm literally just gonna do my first pour for that background, and then once it's cured, I'm gonna turn it on its side, I'm gonna tape it, I'm gonna pour for that end, cure, side, tape, pour for that end, and then we get to do the fun inside stuff. So I will, maybe I'll show you like as we go. I'll take these videos as we go, but I'm not gonna make you sit through the whole thing. So the one in my room, the big mobile that I have, I ended up using this beautiful dragonfly glaze. Let's see if you can see this. It's gonna focus or not. Yes, so violet blue green shift. So it's this like top coat. So that's why I'm doing the black base, because I think it looks really, really cool with this over top. And also it's a deep sea creature. Deep sea creature is gonna be black or like translucent. But I also have, I haven't used this one before, I also have a gold, red, violet shift. So I haven't decided which one we're gonna do yet. And then obviously I have like another extreme glitter. I don't know. I just took that out because I fucking love glitter, let's be honest. So I am just using straight up acrylic paint on my dudes. I took way too much out for the first coat a little bit ago. Has it? No, okay, we're still able to use it. Perfect. So again, for these, super straightforward. I want everything to be black to start, including inside the mouths, because I'm literally just going to be gluing their little teeth in. Oh yeah, I'll show you those in a minute too. So, whoopsie doodles. Yeah, just literally fucking slapping her on, coating her on. I think another reason why I love doing these like random ones, especially these like creatures that everybody else seems to find like repugnant, is that it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. Like if they're creepy, weird creatures, nobody gives a shit if it's a little bit off, right? Like, ooh, just painting myself here. I'm not even like in the shot here, but yeah. So I like doing these weirdo ones because you can make them look however you want and you're never wrong. Although I guess with any art, you can make whatever you want look however you want and you're never wrong, because art is subjective. Okay, so we've got, that's the only thing with the acrylic paint. So like word to, oh my god, now I'm literally just smudging it everywhere. Word of the wise, if you are using acrylic paint on any clays, like any Fimos, it will like, basically if you have these like clumps of paint, so you see how if I just brush it on like that, it's got those ridges. Well, if you, yeah, perfect, you can see it with the light there. If you let it dry like that, that's literally that's what the texture is going to be on it. So again, for these ones, I don't overly care because they're creatures. They're not supposed to be perfect. They're supposed to be little weirdos. but if you are doing something that requires a little bit more precision, I would use either sponge or go a lot slower while you're painting. Again, I just don't really care because, well, A, it's gonna get covered in sparkly shit, and B, it's an anglerfish. Anglerfish aren't cute in the first place. Oh, okay. So again, quick little base coat. And you can see on this one too, I did texture it I actually purposely made it a little more, I have no idea how much of this is actually gonna be in shot. Sorry, I'm like not looking at my viewfinder. I don't want it to be perfect texture because the rod, whatever, the rod with the glow in the dark bit, whatever you call that, it fell off. Like it literally broke off right before it was going in the oven, and I could not be bothered to redo it at that point. Like I said, this is kind of like a last minute before bedtime, just like random urge to create. So I sure as shit was not like spending any extra time on a project that I didn't even know how it was going to turn out. I never know how my art's going to turn out. I just get kind of weird ideas in my head and then I try to make them. Yeah, okay, there you go. So does not need to be super precise on this one. Got all over my hands just because of the fact that I'm going to be covering it up. Okay, so I wonder if I can zoom you guys in a bit for this part. Okay, so you can see here I've got, excuse me, beep beep. So you can see these little itsy bitsies. These are going to be the teeth, so I'm actually going to glue those in once I finished all the rest of the painting. I'm hoping, yeah, I think they're going to look creepy and crawly, and they should be good. And then again, there's those little itty bitsy dots. If you wonder what these random blobs are, I have a ton of liquid Sculpey. And then I was thinking, oh, it'd be kind of fun if I made like little fish that were getting lured up to the angler. No, the thing with a liquid Sculpey is you either have to very much so have have it in a form or some kind of mold, or you need, it can't be that small. You cannot be doing things that small just freestyle because it doesn't work. But I discovered after the fact, because I was gonna do some drops for their eyes. The eyes didn't turn out, obviously, and it just kind of like splooshed right out on my parchment paper. But I didn't know this one. I wonder if the camera's gonna get it. I wonder if you might be able to see it better down there. I hope you can see it. Anyway, it's super sparkly. I didn't realize that with that one. So it makes me wanna find something to use for that. And also this is just craft paint, or sorry, craft glue, because I had to glue back on his little lure. His lure broke off, we baked it, I glued it on. Yeah. Now he's got a little bit of a scar. It's cool. Okay, so that's where we are up to right now. I will bring you guys along when I'll show you periodically. I'll just bring you along and show you once I've gotten some of the resin pours done. I'll probably show you when I'm finished anglerfish, because I need to do like detail work, and that's kind of what my favorite parts are. I love doing detail when it comes to painting stuff. Actually, case in point, I can't remember if I showed you guys this or not. I still have to make a base for that. That's going to be another one of my videos. I just have to decide what I want to do for it. But again, random urges to make things. This was like months and months and months ago, but I decided I wanted to make the like Rocky Horror show. I obviously never saw it, so I don't know what it's actually called, but I wanted to make that like carnivorous monster flower. And so some of my favorite parts were actually like doing the ombre paint and putting the little speckles and the details on, and again doing the ombre in the back of it, putting the little fangs in there. Those got glued in after the fact as well. You can kind of, yes, there you go. You can see where the actual holes were bigger than some of the teeth there. But this was my very first one. She got mangled. It fell over. As you can see there, it fell over in the oven. So it baked all kinds of smushy. So that's basically how it sits if it's flat. It's got a mean shoulder lean. So anyway, I want to figure out some kind of like resin base to put it on. But yeah, I just make random stuff. I get the urge to make stuff out of clay. I get the urge to paint the stuff that I make out of clay, and then I love playing with resin too. So I just feel like this will be a good little combination. So yeah, I'll bring you guys back when I'm ready for the next bit. Okay, so it's been a couple days. I did get all the painting done. I got the gluing of the things done for the little anglerfish. So I'll bring you closer. This is kind of what they're looking like now that they're painted. I did decide to go with that like red to purple topper. Glued on the teeth. I decided to use some Swarovski like little crystals that I had, and then paint the eyeballs. See if you can, I don't know if you're actually gonna be able to see it, but there's like, whatever. Well, I'll take some pictures. I'll insert some pictures if I can get some decent ones. And so it's actually super bright, but super overcast today. So anyway, this is what our dude looks like. Just kind of fun, sparkly, deep sea creature-ish. Samesies with the other dude. I mean, now that it's all painted and stuff, I can't even like super notice where he had to be repaired. When I say he, I mean she, because the male anglerfish are actually teensy weensy tiny little things that get absorbed by the females. So she, I shouldn't be calling them he's, but I decided to put some little glow in the dark bits on there. And actually, for shits and gigs, hold on. Ooh, okay, yeah, you can see the glowing. So this is what they look like with the glow and the dark so far. Pretty cool. And then, like I said before, I did a bunch of these like little rando filaments. It's not even super dark in here. This is still pretty good. But yeah, I did these like little rando filaments that I'm gonna put in because they're gonna be flowing out. And also while we're on the glow in the dark kick, those are blinging. I'll show you these a little bit later on, but that's actually glow in the dark powder, and I can't get over how good it is. Okay. All right, so all the light back on. So today what we're gonna be doing is the first pour for the resin. I'm not gonna take you through all of the pours, but today's I will, just because I feel like it. So what we need to do is mix up our resin. It's got a pretty decent working time, but I always make more than I need. So I decided that we are going to create the little base for the monster today. I'm just going to use one of my thicker round coaster molds. We're going to add some moss to it. We're going to do a couple of greens. I'm going to mix a couple of greens. We're going to, again, this is always like science for me, but for the actual bookends, we are doing these like this black sparkle, not really picking up on the camera, but whatever, you'll see it. And then I decided that I wanted to do a black and a purple, like a, yeah, like a deep purple for the deep sea. I just feel like it'll complement the purpley red on there. Anyway, so I'm gonna get some gloves on. I'm gonna start mixing. Probably won't make you guys listen to all of that. Yeah. Let's start playing. And I see some of these like, I don't have TikTok, but I see the TikTok like reels and stuff come up either on my Instagram or just on like Google and whatever, and or on Pinterest more than anything really. And I see all these people that play with resin that don't wear gloves. And I'm like, bro, you're crazy. This shit is so hard to get off. And also I always like, I try to paint my nails when, especially when they're this like a nice long length right now. They haven't broken yet, and knock on wood they don't. But like, I'm not trying to get resin stuck on my freshly painted nails, man. I just did these 2 days ago. No, people are crazy. And in case anybody cares about what we are using, I use the magic resin. It's the cheapest on Amazon. I have good results with it. It's also been so long since I've done resin now that I actually have to refer to the little sheet here. Oh, and I forgot to mention, so as I've, ooh, look at that. Sparkles already. Good thing I want sparkles in there. I don't know if I've mentioned this in the past, but over my time playing with resin, I started taking notes on like how many grams it takes to fill up certain things, to the point where like I put it in a spreadsheet on my computer and then I've printed it off so that I have like a quick reference. So for these bad boys, the bookends, full, they take 710 grams a piece, and then half full, they take 355 grams. So I don't even want them close to like a quarter filled. I probably want like an eighth. So I'm gonna do like 100. I think I'm gonna start with 100 for each one, because I mean, I can always add more if I need to, and I'm always gonna mix up more than I need. But yeah, I'm gonna start with, I think, 100 in each one of those, see how that goes. And then for these ones, these deep round coasters, if anybody decides to use these or has these, just a little quick cheat. If you want them half full, it's about 72.5 grams, and then fully filled, they're 145 grams. So I'm gonna do just about half today. I'm gonna, yeah, create that base, because I'm gonna do 2 pours. The next one I'm actually gonna stick my little monster in. So anyway, that's how we know what we're mixing up today. Hey Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes, please.
5 minutes, starting now.
And we mixy. Fucking resin mixing minute is worse than a microwave minute. It's worse than a treadmill minute. Like, how do I still have 2 minutes left to mix? I've been mixing for the last 5 years. I forgot to put my phone on D&D. Okay. 5 minutes is up. It's pretty well mixed. It doesn't look super cloudy. Hold on, I'm gonna go to the window just to be sure. Yep, okay, it looks good. I don't overly care about how many bubbles are in it right now, because this stuff is really good about self-leveling. But I do need to weigh out my little mixing cups, and I can't even remember, because it's been so long since I've actually played with resin. I go through like moods and phases with all of my creative outlets, as it were. So I just haven't felt inspired to make anything out of a resin since like Christmas time, when I was making people ornaments. So I use these little itsy bitsy like bathroom cups people use for mouthwash, but I don't know if I can fit 100 grams in there. So we're gonna see. I feel like I can only fit 50 grams now that I'm doing it. Yeah, fuck. Okay. Yep. 60 is generous. I do need at least 100. So what I'm gonna do is get my red Solo cup, and what did I say? I said I wanted about 70 grams for that one, right? Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do? Put a little itsy bitsy bit more in this one, and this will be for my little monster, my clay monsters base. Yeah, fuck, whatever, okay. All right, we're putting 68 grams in that instead of the 72 and a half. Okay, so we're gonna zero this one out again. I think I need a new scale because this one's acting up real bad. It's being worse than Canada Post is these days. Less reliable than Canada Post these days. So I want 200. Since we're doing it in both, I would like 200 because I'm gonna split it up, 100 into each. Ooh, did I make enough? Yep. You know what? We're gonna go for the gold. Okay, so it's looking like it's gonna be about 115 a piece. And they say you're not supposed to scrape the resin from your like mixing cup, but I always do because that's a waste. That's a lot of waste. Like, look at that. We've already gotten an extra 10 grams out of that, man. And plus whatever extra I have, I'm gonna pour, specifically in this one, I'm gonna pour into those little glow in the dark keychains, whatever they are that I showed you earlier. Anyway, yeah, okay, so look at that. We got like an extra 10 in there. Super chill. This can go to the side. We're gonna clean it with baby wipes after. We don't need that right now. So what I am gonna do is start mixing in my colors. So I need to dye both of these and then they need to be mixed. We don't, we're gonna put this one off to the side because we don't need it yet. Again, I will have to know when I'm like pouring them out or pouring them into it. I'll measure as we go. Okay, so for this one, again, this is just a science experiment, guys. This is alcohol ink. I got this one on Amazon. This has been my favorite stuff so far. They have the best colors. This stuff is supposed to be opaque. I know some people do like very deliberate drips, and depending on what I'm doing, I will. If I'm doing something that I want to like bloom, then yes. But for this, like, I have no idea, man. I know that it takes a lot to make this as dark as I'm gonna want it. So I'm just gonna put in lots of squirts. I hope this one's open. I can't remember if I opened this one yet or not. Hello? Oh my goodness gracious, that's childproof the whole way. Okay, no, we didn't open this one yet. All right, so one of my other kits came with these like cute little, oh boy, cute little toppers that literally just fit in. You smoosh it and it opens them. Oh boy. And you just hope you don't get it stuck, and that should work for this one. Ugh, and some of these stink. Okay, no, that's gonna be a motherfucker, so we're just gonna use our needle, which we also pop air bubbles with. Okay. That's in there. Ooh. Okay, we're just, again, there's no exact science for me personally. There are so many other people out there that are so good at actually, like, you know, we're gonna use this fucker. Actually being precise and like doing things the way you're supposed to. I'm not that girl. I do this with like cooking and baking and shit too. I'll follow a recipe mostly, but I like to ad lib sometimes, man. You just, whatever. It's science. This is not my job. This is just a hobby, so I don't need to be precise. Get more mixing. It's still looking a little translucent, but we will. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, and so the other thing to note if you're using glitter is if you add it too early, it always sinks right to the bottom. And I mean, for this, it doesn't super duper matter because it's going to be a pretty thin coat and I kind of want it to sink to the bottom anyway. But just so you know, if you're doing this yourself, glitter sinks. So I usually wait to add it until like close to the end or when I'm ready to pour. So anyway, we're going to let that one chill for a minute. Put that one to the side. Okay, now we're gonna fuck around with these greens. I wonder, I bet you know what? Oh, I didn't shake the purple. Maybe that was like 90% of the issue there too. My bad. Maybe we'll give it a little shake and we'll add some more. I don't know how I feel about those colors. I don't know about that light, that's for damn sure. Okay, these ones have super child proof. Yeah, okay, this one's I've used before. Boop, 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 boop. Oopsies. I don't think we want to use a light one. I think I want dark. And you know what? I might put a little splash, little splishy splash of black in there just to darken it up. Let's see what. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think it's almost empty. Oh no. I need more black. Hello? Drip. Probably because I just poured literally everything into that other one. That's going to be a problem when it comes to the other sides, hey? Okay. All right. I might edit this so you guys don't have to listen to me talk to myself. Oh, damn. Okay, that went. Okay, that went darker than I expected. What I should have done is added some brown. Yeah, because that's kind of like a mucky green, isn't it? It sure is. Okay. You know what? We're gonna add some brown. Which is a pain in the ass. I'll show you guys my whole crafting cupboard at some point so you can see why this is actually such a pain in the ass to dig out halfway through. These are another Amazon brand that I actually love. Do I not have brown? No fucking way do I not have brown in any of these. Oh my god. Orange, red, yellow, coffee. There we go. Since I fucking know I had a brown. Oh no. Okay. Oh boy, that's also very dark. Fuck. Okay. Well, again, guys, it's a science experiment. Okay, so maybe this is just dirt. That's what we're making here. We're just making dirt. We're gonna add a lot of moss. This green was totally the wrong one to use too. Won't be doing that again. Boop. Oh my god, look at that. Ay. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it, fam. We're gonna try it as is. Okay, let's see what this does. Oh boy, that's... Yup. Okay, that is very, ugly. You know, good enough. Pretty fucking enough. Alright, usually I try to like take little dabs of the excess and like make little gobs so that I can use them for something else. We're not even gonna bother with this one because that was just so bad. Oh my god, that's awful. Okay, and again, you can see like how much the bubbles have already gone away. I didn't think this one through either, did I? How much time? Oh no, okay. I forgot to set the timer for 30 minutes. This is all guesswork. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do the moss last. We are gonna add the glitter. And that's where we are, because I'm gonna get my hands all gross from like that moss. So, oh fucking Jesus, man. You'd think, again, this is my first time doing all of these things. It's not. It's not. All right, I want lots of glitter, so it's a very liberal dose of it.
Enchanté.
Okay. So now that I have those done, I'm actually kind of excited to see how this one goes. I was thinking I was gonna have to do 2 pours, but I think I'm gonna like it with just the one. So it doesn't even really matter that the color is literally shit. Okay, so I'm just going to put a cover over this so that it keeps the most dust out of them. 100 grams was more, or 110, whatever it ended up being in each of those, was more than I should have done looking at it now. Well, whatever. What's done is done. She's already poured. I'll just keep it super thin maybe for those other 2 layers. Or I might not, maybe we won't even do those other 2. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, either way. I'm gonna clean her up now, shut her down. I'll check in with you after I've done the next pours. All right, so we had a little oopsie with our bases here. The first one went on beautifully, which you can kind of see on like this side. It's not super sparkly, but I think the outsides will be nice and sparkly. Then when I did this layer, I don't know what I did, fam. Yes, I do. I know exactly what I did. I forgot to use my heat gun on that layer, so there's a couple of like big bubbles that I end up popping like 6 hours after the pour. Made an absolute mess, as you can see from this like texture. So to try to fix it, I basically just dumped sparkles on top of it and like used my fingers to try to make like an interesting kind of pattern. Needless to say, it's made an absolute mess. It made a mess of the molds. There were sparkles everywhere. Couldn't get them off with just like the normal prescription of like the rubbing alcohol. So I had to demold. They are washed, which is so easy with dish soap. But now that they're drying, I'm trying to decide what I want to do with these, and I'm kind of thinking that I'm gonna paint. Like, you know how if you see like the deep sea aesthetic, you see like kind of the shafts of light coming down? I think that's what I'm gonna do with these colors here. I mean, they're already a fucking mess at this point, so whatever, who cares? But once I have that done, I'm gonna go finish drying the molds. I'll put these back in the molds. I'm trying to decide to do, or what I wanna do with the base. I don't know if I'm gonna put rocks down and then sand on top with the resin to kind of give it like a texture, or if I'm just gonna take the 2 different colors of sand and put them in like piping bags and then kind of pipe a design on the bottom. I don't know, you guys will see it when it's done, but that's where we are. I'm gonna use these 3 colors. I'm gonna make that kind of funky deep sea aesthetic, and we'll see how this goes. All right, it is now Tuesday, so these have been curing since Saturday. Oh my goodness gracious, what a fucking nightmare these were. None of it worked the way that I thought it was going to. I think the last video that I took to show you guys, we basically just had like that like bottom portion there. We didn't have this one poured yet. Every rookie mistake that you could make, I made. We'll just get into it. We're gonna demold these now that they have been curing for a couple days. I am gonna put my gloves on for it just on the off chance that they still a little sticky icky. I'll explain what I fucked up as we go. Ooh, but as you can see over here, we did demold our little carnivorous friend, and that worked out perfectly. I'm actually super, super happy with that one. I'll show you him. So yeah, he just chills now. He's a little shoulder lean still, but he stands up on his own. So I'm actually super pumped about it. It turned out better than I thought it was going to. That's what the bottom looks like. It just ended up being kind of like mucky, which was perfect. And then the moss is literally fitting perfectly on there. So yeah, I'm super happy about that dude. He's gonna chill on my desk or something. But oh, fuck, here we go with the molds. As you can see from like the view overhead before I even take them out, our little dudes did not float the way that I wanted them to. This was 7 hours of curing. So basically what I did, first rookie mistake, was I took these out of the molds. I put way too many sparkles. The sparkles went everywhere. And so instead of using tape, which is what you usually do to just like clean off molds, I completely forgot about tape. I decided to take them out and I was just gonna put them back in and everything was gonna be fine. It's never, ever fine when you do that. So it was a nightmare, like the whole way. Oh my God, it was just fucking awful. The whole thing was just awful, so. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in actually. So, super bubbly, which I'm okay with because it's like the deep blue sea, so I was all right with that. Basically, with the deep pour, you have like, it says about 6 hours of working time. So as soon as I got this last little bit here poured, and as you can see on the bottom, like I put a bunch of rocks in so it would be a little bit more textured. I don't even think you can really super see the texture. No, so that was kind of a flop. As soon as I got that poured, basically, as soon as that was like cured enough, I mixed up the deep pour so that I could get it all done in like one fell swoop. Unfortunately, I go to bed super duper early, and I didn't factor in the fact that it was about 6 hours. The cure time was not 6 hours for these. It was like probably 7 or 8 hours. So after the 7 hour mark hit, I kept like picking up my little dudes and trying to place them. Everything kept falling to the bottom. It just at the point where I was like so exhausted, so far past my bedtime, and so frustrated that I stopped caring. I was like, you know what? You can sit however you want. You don't want to be floating on the side. Don't fucking float on the side. But you can see kind of zoomed in here. I ended up painting. The sun's kind of glinting off of it there. But I ended up painting, like, you know, if you see those photos from like at the bottom of the ocean, like the light kind of the rays filtering down. Well, I thought it would be kind of cool to paint something like that. But like I said, they ended up just kind of like floating to the bottom there. So it's not terrible because you can kind of like from the side, you can see more of the features. You can see its mouth and its little teeth and stuff. The little glow in the dark like filaments did not work. Those all also just sunk to the bottom. Fuck's sakes. So that's what they look like top view. Again, you can kind of see, hold on, they haven't really seen much daylight, so I don't know how much of a charge the glow in the dark stuff is gonna have yet. Oh my God, look at that. Yeah, see? Oh, these were a fail. These were a fail. I mean, I now obviously know what I would do differently on the next ones, but the only good thing I can think, if you can see this like ridge here, that's again where I said I had to keep like taking, with the pipette, I had to keep taking the resin from here and putting it down the side of the mold, because as soon as you remove something in mold and like try to put it back in, there's going to be air, right? Like you're not going to have that seal ever that you had when you first pour it. So I was trying to like replicate that with the resin itself, and there's a couple spots where it didn't quite didn't quite take, which you can see. Yeah, and especially up to the side, you can kind of see all those bubbles. So again, that part of it I'm not like overly concerned about. I love the sparkles. The sparkles make me happy. And even again here, you can see the two different pores just in like the colors. But from the top, it's not crazy noticeable. From the front, whatever. I'm gonna zoom back out a bit so y'all don't have to super duper stare at it. But yeah, this be them, rocks in the bottom. Again, it's kind of fun because you can see it through like those two parts, which I liked. I genuinely do like the little itsy bitsy bubbles because that is like the deep blue sea to me. But yeah, we're gonna see how the glow in the dark looks. One second. Okay, so they haven't had a lot of time to charge up. Camera's not liking them. Okay, so we're gonna have to leave them out. I'll have to leave them out to show you guys. Let them charge up a bit. Yeah. I don't hate them. I don't love them. Again, you can, like, they look kind of cool from the top. You can see the sparkly little buggers. This dude he just wanted to sit all the way in the bottom. So this one's definitely not my favorite. He looks drunk. He just looks like he's drunk and he's trying to find his way home. This one, I liked my sculpture better anyway. So he's the better behaved one. By he, I mean she. We've already been over this, but yeah, that's that. Sparkles turned out okay. Again, we'll see the glow in the dark in a minute. Just gonna let those charge up a bit. Oh, that is what I'm rotted about, is that like that lip there. I should have mixed just the teeniest, weeniest little bit more, but again, most of the art that I do, it's literally science experiments here. Like, I never have any idea how things are actually going to turn out. I also don't ever have very clear like pictures in my mind, probably because I'm used to the fact that nothing actually turns out the way that you see it in your head, and I don't ever have any like solid game plans. Like I said, it's art for me is more like a pressure relief valve. I get the urge, I get some kind of inspiration, I make it, and then I'm good for a while. And I have to say, after like 5 days of these, I'm good for a while. I am okay if I don't create anything for, yeah, a while to come. But I am really, really happy to finally have this guy on his little mound. I do like him. My first little guy fell right over. Now he's been saved. So I will plug in some photos of them glowing, maybe from nighttime where I don't have the glare of everything, all the reflections. Yeah, they're fun to do. It was an interesting idea. I do kind of like how you can, it looks like two of them basically, like with the way that you catch that like view on the corners. Yeah, I just wish that I had waited a day to do the deep pour and like mix it basically as soon as I woke up, so that I had the whole day to keep kind of like playing around with it until it hit like a gel-like consistency. So it was like 7.5 hours and it was only supposed to have 6 hours of working time, and I just was so tired. I gave up. I didn't hate the one that one was like sitting on the bottom, so I just kind of I let them do their thing. Well, this is what it ends up being when Caoimhin creates. Random. You never know what you're gonna get. But thank you for your time today. If you enjoyed any of this or got any kind of inspiration from today's video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Go ahead and hit that notification bell. You'll get notified whenever I do drop new videos, whether they are planning or art or organization. you just never know. You never know when inspiration's gonna strike, where the muse is gonna show up, hey? All right, fam, I hope you're having an awesome week behind you. I hope you have an awesome week ahead of you, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.